Hi, my name is Darian Garrett. I am auditioning for the role of the professor, and I'm going to be telling you a story about my life. So, a long time ago in a distant land, I was taking my food handler's exam with two people that I just met from my job. We worked in fast food, and we needed to get this license ASAP. So, when we were done with our test, they didn't really have everybody go together. They had us go separately. When you're done, just head on out. We were supposed to go through the door on the left. We went through the door on the right. And since we went through the door on the right, we ended up in the water park. We were taking the test in the back of the water park. We didn't pay to get in. So, as me, myself, being the good boy in this situation, I told my friends we need to leave right now. My two friends said no. And since I didn't really know these girls too well, but I really enjoyed their company, and I was young and stupid, I agreed to go along with it. But I didn't ride any rides. I just played some games, all of which I kind of had to pay for. So I don't feel like I was the bad guy in this situation. However, it's not the point of this story. Um, when we left the park, or were leaving, we were approached by a park manager and by a security guard on a bike. Now, I was terrified because I was young and had never been in any trouble, and my two friends were doing their best to talk us out of the situation. At one point, my older friend, Misty, Misty starts talking to the security guard and the manager, basically spinning her best story, even though they got caught riding all the rides. And my friend, my future best friend, Shelby, she started whispering in my ear. Now, we didn't know each other very well, none of us. So, honestly, we didn't have real loyalties to anyone, just ourselves. But this is basically a story about how I knew who my best friend was going to be, and how it can just kind of hit you. Shelby started whispering in my ear, we should make a run for it. That we should just leave Misty in the park and make a run for it. Um, I was like, why is she doing this? What's the point of this right now? Why me? And till this day, it's probably one of the things that made me love her so much. One of the things that made me realize how incredible she was, and how our connection just came out of nowhere, but it eventually ended up as the strongest thing in my life. She said, let's ditch this girl. But before we started taking off running, Misty had actually done her job. She somehow convinced them that we didn't do anything wrong, and they let us go. After that, me and Shelby got into the back of the car, and there was a strong silence there. But after that day, we started talking almost every single day. Our relationship grew and grew and grew until it hit a crescendo. 13 years later, still best friends, still talking to each other every day, still making each other unbelievably happy. It's one thing to know that somebody loves you. It's another thing to know that somebody loves you so much that before you even knew it, they knew. And that's why when she died a few years ago, it took something out of me. But it also gave me something. I know that I'll never have that kind of relationship again. And I'm okay with that. I know I'll never love somebody like that again, and I'm okay with that. Because she was truly special. I don't know why she thought I was so special. But I'm so happy that I got to know her. And I got to experience what was the greatest relationship I'll probably ever have. And it all started off of some stupid trip to a water park that we were never supposed to have.